Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to English in Advance. I'm Jennifer, and I am so genuinely happy that you've chosen to spend some of your valuable time with me today. Before we begin our journey, I want you to just settle in for a moment. Find a comfortable position. Perhaps you're sitting or walking, or maybe even lying down. Just allow your body to feel relaxed and supported. Now, I have a little invitation for you, a small private experiment. If you feel comfortable doing so, I'd like you to gently close your eyes. Just for a moment. Shut out the world around you and turn your focus inward. With your eyes closed, I want you to travel back in your mind to yesterday, from the very first moment you woke up to the very last moment before you fell asleep. And now, I want you to try and describe that day out loud in English. For the next 2 minutes, I want you to speak continuously. Don't worry about grammar. Don't search for the most perfect, elegant word. The only goal is to not stop speaking. What did you eat? Who did you talk to? What did you see on your way to work or school? What did you feel? Were you happy, tired, stressed, excited? Just let the words, any words, tumble out. Go on. Try it now. How did that feel? I want you to be honest with yourself. Did the words flow easily like a gentle river? Or did they feel stuck, like you were trying to push a heavy rock uphill? Did you find yourself using the same few words over and over? I go, I eat. It was good. Did you have a clear thought or feeling in your mind? But the English words to express it just wouldn't come? Maybe you felt a little bit of frustration, a sense of being trapped behind a wall. Please listen to me closely. That feeling is not a sign of failure. It is the most normal, the most common experience for every single person learning a new language. And today, right here, in this next hour, we are going to begin to dissolve that wall, brick by brick. I can make you a sincere promise. By the time we finish this session together, you will have the confidence, the vocabulary, and the structures to talk about your entire day in English with a new sense of ease and fluency. You will not just learn a list of words, you will feel the rhythm of the language. You will gain the confidence to speak without that constant, exhausting translation happening in your head. For the next hour, we are going to do something truly special. We are not going to study English. We are going to live in English. We are going to experience a full day together from beginning to end. And when you can talk about your daily life with ease, you are not just learning daily routine vocabulary. You are mastering the absolute fundamental building blocks of all English conversation. I know that 1 hour can sound like a long time, but think about it for a moment. How many hours have you spent this week scrolling on your phone, or watching shows, or doing other things that, while enjoyable, didn't actively move you closer to your goals? Today, you are choosing to invest these 60 minutes in yourself, in your confidence, in your future, in the person you want to become. This session is different from any other English lesson you have taken. This is not a passive lecture. This is an active, immersive experience. We are going to live an entire day together, side by side, and you are going to become my shadow. This means you are going to repeat everything I say, following my voice, my pace, my intonation, my rhythm. Now, let me take a moment to explain why this method is so powerful, so transformative. For the past decade, I have had the incredible privilege of teaching thousands of students from over 50 different countries, including many from right here in Bangladesh. Over those years, I began to notice a clear and undeniable pattern. The students who were able to describe their daily routines perfectly, with detail, confidence, and natural language, were always, without exception, the students who became fully fluent the fastest. Why? What is the magic in talking about waking up and brushing your teeth? The magic is that daily life is the foundation of all communication. When you meet a new person and they ask, "So, what do you do?" You're talking about your daily routine. When a friend asks, "How was your weekend?" You're talking about your daily routine. Job interviews, doctor's appointments, customer service calls, like they all require you to explain your daily life, your daily experiences, your daily problems. Here is the secret that most textbooks and traditional classes don't tell you. Your brain is not a computer that learns language by downloading grammar rules. Your brain is a magnificent pattern finding machine. When you try to memorize complex grammar tables, you are using the slow, logical, analytical part of your brain. It's hard work, and it's not how we speak in real time. But when you practice real life situations like the ones we'll explore today, over and over again, you are carving pathways in the fast, automatic, intuitive part of your brain. You are training the exact same part of the brain that native speakers use to speak effortlessly without thinking about rules at all. So, let's be very clear about how this works. This is not a time to sit back and passively listen. This is active training for your mouth, your ears, and your mind. The technique shadowing is simple. You will repeat what I say as I am saying it. Think of it like singing along to your favorite song. You don't wait for the singer to finish a line, do you? No, you feel the music. You know the words and you sing along with them. That is exactly what we are going to do with the music of English. Now, I need you to make a promise to yourself. Promise me that you will let go of the need to be perfect. Don't worry about your accent. Your accent is a beautiful part of who you are and where you come from. Don't worry about making a mistake or missing a word. Even I, as a native speaker, stumble over my words sometimes. The only thing that matters is that you keep your mouth moving, that you train your muscles, that you build that automatic connection between your brain and your voice. Here is the best way to do it. First, just listen to my voice for a sentence. Feel the rhythm, the music of it. Notice where I pause, where my voice rises in a question or falls at the end of a statement. Then try to speak along with me. If you miss a word, don't stop. Don't get frustrated. Just catch the next word you can and jump back in. The goal is a continuous flow. The wonderful thing is you can do this anywhere. You can do this while you're cooking, cleaning, walking the dog, or commuting to work. In fact, moving your body while you learn can actually help your brain to remember things more effectively. Language researchers have a fancy name for this: comprehensible input with active output. But I prefer to call it learning English the way a child learns, by listening, imitating, repeating, and slowly, day by day, making the language your very own. The most important thing of all is that you feel comfortable and relaxed. So go ahead. Pour yourself a cup of tea or coffee, or a cool glass of water. Find your favorite chair. Take a deep, calming breath and let go of any stress. So many English learners make the mistake of trying to build a house from the roof down. They study complex academic vocabulary and confusing idioms, but they can't confidently order food in a restaurant or make small talk with a neighbor. Today, we are going to build your foundation. We are going to build it with the strongest materials, the core vocabulary and the essential sentence patterns that every fluent English speaker on earth uses every single day without even thinking. Once this foundation is solid, everything else becomes 1,000 times easier. Are you ready to speak with me? Are you ready to transform your English starting right now? If your answer is yes, then let's begin this incredible journey together. Let's begin at the very beginning of our day, the morning. I will tell you about my morning in detail, and you will practice with me, shadowing my voice every step of the way. The first hint of light is just beginning to filter through my blinds, painting soft gray stripes across the opposite wall. It's 6:30 in the morning. My alarm hasn't gone off yet, but my body's internal clock knows it's time. I lie still for a few moments, just listening. I can hear the distant, gentle hum of the city beginning to wake up. A lone car passing by, the soft cooing of pigeons on the windowsill. I don't leap out of bed. The transition from the world of dreams to the world of the day is a gentle one. I begin with a long, luxurious stretch, reaching my arms high above my head, pointing my toes, feeling every muscle in my body awaken from its slumber. I take a deep, cleansing breath in, and as I exhale, I whisper softly to the quiet room, "Good morning, world. Let's see what you have for me today." Then, and only then, do I swing my legs over the side of the bed and plant my feet firmly on the cool wooden floor, ready to begin. My first destination is always the bathroom. The tiles are cool under my feet. I turn on the tap and splash my face with cool water, not once, but 3 times. The initial shock of the cold is so invigorating. It's like a jolt of energy that washes away the last traces of sleepiness. Then I reach for my toothbrush and my mint-flavored toothpaste. I brush my teeth methodically for a full 2 minutes, making sure to reach every corner. My dentist would be so proud. That feeling of a clean, fresh mouth is, for me, a non-negotiable part of starting the day right. After patting my face dry with a soft towel, I make my way into the heart of my home, the kitchen. The kitchen is still dark, but I know my way by heart. The first thing I do is fill my electric kettle with fresh water and switch it on. While it heats up, I open the cupboard and take down my favorite mug. It's a cheerful, bright yellow mug. Holding it feels like holding a little piece of sunshine in my hands, even on a cloudy day. I spoon some dark roast coffee grounds into the French press. I love the rich, earthy smell of the coffee before it's even brewed. As the kettle clicks off, I pour the hot water over the grounds, and the kitchen immediately fills with the most wonderful, comforting aroma. While the coffee steeps for a few minutes, I cut a lemon in half and squeeze a generous amount into a large glass of water. Drinking this lemon water first thing in the morning makes me feel healthy and hydrated. For breakfast, I almost always have a warm bowl of oatmeal. It's simple, but it's the perfect fuel for my morning. I pour some rolled oats into a small pot with some milk and a pinch of salt. As it gently simmers on the stove, I decide on today's toppings. I open the fridge and see a carton of fresh blueberries. Perfect. I'll add those, a sprinkle of crunchy walnuts for texture, and a drizzle of golden honey for a little sweetness. A simple, warm, and nutritious breakfast gives me the steady energy I need to focus throughout the morning. Now take a moment to think about your own morning. What does it look like? When do you typically wake up? What is the first thing you drink or eat? Perhaps you enjoy a traditional breakfast like paratha with vegetables, or maybe a comforting bowl of congee. Maybe you just have a quick cup of cha and a biscuit. You can practice by saying something like, I wake up at 7 o'clock, or I have eggs and toast for breakfast, or I love to drink strong tea in the morning. Every routine is unique and personal. After I've enjoyed my breakfast and savored every sip of my coffee, it's time to get ready for the day ahead. I head back into my bedroom and open my closet. Choosing an outfit is an important ritual for me. The clothes I wear affect how I feel. I take a moment to think about my schedule. Today, I have my regular classes, but I also have an important meeting with the school's director about a new program. So I need an outfit that is professional, but also comfortable and reflects my personality. I scan the hangers. My eyes land on a dark green, knee length dress made of a soft, flowing fabric. Green is my favorite color. It makes me feel calm and connected to nature. I decide it's perfect. I pair it with a pair of comfortable, low heeled brown ankle boots because I know I'll be on my feet a lot today. I stand in front of the full length mirror and quickly comb my hair. Feeling neat and put together is a simple way to boost my confidence before I even leave the house. Finally, I grab my large leather handbag. Before I leave, I always perform a little ritual. I call it the 3-tap check. I tap my pocket for my phone, I feel inside my bag for my wallet, and I jiggle my keys to hear them jingle. Phone, wallet, keys. It's a silly little habit, but it ensures I never have that moment of panic halfway down the street, wondering if I've forgotten something essential. Now I am truly ready to go. What about your own clothing choices? Do you enjoy dressing up, or do you prioritize comfort above all else? What colors make you feel happy or confident? You could practice by saying, I prefer to wear casual jeans and a t-shirt, or my favorite color to wear is black because it's versatile, or I have to wear a uniform for my work. Some people, like my friend Chloe, are very passionate about fashion. Her wardrobe is a kaleidoscope of colors and styles. I tend to stick to classic, simple pieces that I know I feel good in. But no matter the style, feeling comfortable in your own skin is the most important thing. Now I'm ready to leave my apartment. It's time to step outside and greet the day. I double check that the door is securely locked behind me, and then I begin my journey to work. I'm very fortunate because I don't have to deal with crowded buses or stressful traffic. I live close enough to walk, and my route takes me directly through a lovely city park. This walk is one of the most cherished parts of my day. The moment I step into the park, the sounds of the city seem to fade away, replaced by the rustling of leaves and the cheerful chirping of birds. The air feels fresher here. The park is already a hive of quiet activity. I see dedicated joggers making their way along the winding paths, their breath visible in the cool morning air. I see dog walkers with their happy, tail-wagging companions. I see an elderly couple who are here every single morning, sitting on their favorite bench, sharing a thermos of tea. They always look up and give me a warm, gentle smile, and I always smile back. In a city that can often feel anonymous and rushed, these small moments of connection feel precious. As I walk, I let my mind wander. This walk is my transition time. It's where I shift from being home Jennifer to teacher Jennifer. I think about my students and what I want to achieve in my classes today. I think about the meeting with my director and organize my thoughts. I notice the small details around me. The vibrant purple flowers blooming in a flower bed, the way the sunlight filters through the canopy of the large oak trees, creating dancing patterns on the ground. I pass a group of university students sitting on the grass, books spread out around them, already studying. Everyone has their own story, their own destination, their own purpose for the day. This morning walk is a beautiful, peaceful reminder that I am just one small part of a large, vibrant, and interconnected community. Soon I arrive at the front steps of the language school where I work. The building is a charming old brick house that was converted into a school years ago. It has character. As I walk through the front doors, I'm greeted by the familiar, happy buzz of the place. I can hear the faint sound of different languages drifting from the classrooms, a beautiful medley of human connection. I walk down the main hallway, and my colleagues are already bustling about. Good morning, David. How's the new novel coming along? I ask one of my fellow teachers. Morning, Jennifer. It's slow going, but I'm getting there, he replies with a grin. I work with a team of truly wonderful people, all of us united by a shared passion for teaching and for helping our students navigate their new lives. I arrive at my classroom, room 3B. I switch on the lights, open the blinds to let the natural light stream in, and arrange the chairs not in straight rows but in a friendly semicircle. I find this simple change encourages more interaction and makes the classroom feel less like a lecture hall and more like a community space. Today, I am teaching my intermediate group. They are a fantastic bunch of students from all over the world. Lena from Brazil, Marco from Italy, Kenji from Japan, and Fatima from Egypt, among others. Each of them brings their own unique culture, personality, and story into our classroom, making every day an adventure. My first student to arrive, as always, is Lena from Brazil. She has this incredibly warm, infectious smile. Good morning, teacher Jennifer, she says, her voice full of genuine enthusiasm. Good morning, Lena. How are you doing today? I ask. I am very good, thank you. I did the homework, and it was a little difficult, but I think I understand now, she says, her brow furrowed in concentration. I feel a surge of pride. When Lena first joined my class 6 months ago, she was so shy she would barely speak above a whisper. Now, she's not only speaking in full sentences, but she's also expressing complex thoughts about her learning process. By 9 o'clock, all 12 of my students are settled in their seats. We always begin each class with about 10 minutes of informal conversation. So, what did everyone do this weekend? I ask the group, my voice open and encouraging. Marco from Italy, a man whose hands are as expressive as his words, raises his hand excitedly. Teacher, I go to the Italian market. I find real mozzarella. I make a pizza for my family. Was bellissima, he exclaims, kissing his fingertips in the classic Italian gesture. The whole class erupts in laughter and applause. We celebrate every success in this room, from passing a test to making a delicious pizza. Today's lesson is focused on a particularly tricky area for many learners: phrasal verbs. I know this topic can be intimidating, so I've planned a fun, interactive lesson. We're not going to be looking at long, boring lists. Instead, we're going to act things out. I start with a simple one. I say, I wake up at 6:30. Then I pretend to wake up. Then I get up from bed. And I physically stand up. The students laugh, but they are watching intently. We practice put on by pretending to put on a coat, and take off by pretending to take it off. I explain that for my students, English isn't just an academic subject. It is the essential tool they need to build their lives here. It's the language they need to look for a job, to fill out an application, to get along with their new colleagues. By the end of the lesson, they are working in pairs, creating hilarious short stories using as many phrasal verbs as they can. The room is filled with laughter and the sound of active learning. These brave, resilient students who have left everything they know behind remind me every single day why I love my job. At lunchtime, I finish the morning class. You all did an amazing job today. Your homework is to try and use 3 of these phrasal verbs in a real conversation before tomorrow, I tell them. See you all tomorrow. A chorus of thank you, teacher Jennifer. See you tomorrow follows me out the door. My heart feels full. Lunchtime is my sacred hour of recharge. Today I'm treating myself to a meal at my favorite little spot, the Corner Nook. It's a cozy cafe with mismatched wooden chairs, local art on the walls, and the most incredible food. As I walk in, the owner, a kind, white-haired gentleman named Mr. Henderson, looks up from behind the counter. Jennifer, good to see you. The usual table in the corner's waiting for you, he says with a familiar, friendly wink. You know me too well, Mr. Henderson, I reply with a laugh. He leads me to a small table by a large window, a perfect spot for people watching. The menu is full of delicious, healthy options. The waiter, a young university student named Tom, comes over. Hi, Jennifer. The usual quinoa salad? Or are you feeling adventurous today? He asks. Let's be adventurous, Tom. I think I'll try the roasted vegetable and goat cheese sandwich on sourdough. And an iced green tea, please. An excellent choice, he says, scribbling it down. You won't regret it. While I wait, I soak in the atmosphere. The cafe is a gentle hum of activity. A young couple is sharing a piece of chocolate cake, laughing intimately. 2 businesswomen are having an intense but quiet discussion over laptops. A mother is patiently trying to coax her toddler into eating some soup. Food brings us all together in so many different ways. I think about all the different types of food in the world. The spicy, complex curries of South Asia, the fresh, elegant simplicity of Japanese sushi, the hearty, comforting pastas of Italy, the rich, smoky flavors of a good barbecue. Food is a language all its own. My sandwich arrives, and it looks like a work of art. The bread is toasted to a perfect golden brown, and the roasted vegetables are spilling out from the sides, topped with creamy white goat cheese. I take my first bite, and it's an explosion of flavors. The sweetness of the roasted red peppers, the earthy flavor of the zucchini, the tangy creaminess of the cheese. It's divine. I eat slowly, savoring every single bite. I truly believe in the importance of a proper lunch break. I see so many people eating a sad, hurried sandwich at their desks. For me, stepping away from my work environment, even for just an hour, allows me to completely reset. I return to my afternoon tasks feeling refreshed, energized, and with a much clearer mind. After that delicious lunch, I have a couple of errands to run before I meet my friend. My first stop is not the supermarket, but my other favorite place, the bookstore. The moment I walk in, I'm enveloped by that magical smell, a combination of old paper, new ink, and brewing coffee from the small cafe inside. I could spend hours in here. I wander through the aisles, running my fingers along the spines of the books. I drift from the fiction section to history, to the travel section, dreaming of future adventures. I pick up a novel and read the back cover. The story sounds intriguing, about a librarian who discovers a secret message hidden in an old book. I'm tempted to buy it, but I have a huge pile of unread books at home. With a sigh of reluctance, I place it back on the shelf. Maybe next time. My next stop is the supermarket. It's a stark contrast to the quiet bookstore, a brightly lit world of organized chaos. I grab a shopping cart and begin my mission. The produce section is first, a vibrant explosion of color. I pick out a few ripe red tomatoes that smell sweet and earthy, a crisp head of lettuce, and a beautiful dark green avocado. In the international aisle, I see jars of mango pickle and packets of spices that remind me of the foods my students from Bangladesh and India talk about. It makes me smile. I navigate my way to the dairy section for milk and cheese, and then to the bakery for a loaf of that rustic sourdough bread I love so much. Grocery shopping can feel like a chore sometimes, but today I'm not in a rush. I take my time, reading labels, comparing products, and enjoying the simple, necessary task of gathering food to nourish myself. After my errands are done, it's time for the absolute best part of my afternoon. I'm meeting my dearest friend Chloe for coffee. I see her before she sees me. She's sitting at an outdoor table at our favorite spot, the Steam Mug. Her bright red coat, a cheerful splash of color against the gray cityscape. She's sketching in a little notebook, completely absorbed. I walk up quietly and say, "Is this seat taken?" She looks up and her face breaks into a huge, radiant smile. "Jen, you're here," she exclaims, jumping up to give me a tight hug. We greet each other with the kind of enthusiasm you'd expect from friends who haven't seen each other in years, even though it was only last Tuesday. We go inside to order. Chloe is a creature of habit and gets her usual frothy cappuccino. I'm still feeling adventurous from lunch and decide to try a lavender latte. The barista, a young woman with blue hair and a friendly smile, knows us well. "The usual for you, Chloe?" "And a lavender latte for the risk taker," she says with a laugh. We take our drinks and a shared slice of lemon drizzle cake back to our table. "Okay," Chloe says, leaning forward conspiratorially after her first sip of coffee. "You have to tell me everything. How was the meeting? Did you get the new program approved?" I launch into the story of my day, and she listens intently, asking questions, offering her opinion. Then she tells me about her week. She's a graphic designer and she shows me a new logo she's working on for a client. It's brilliant, and I tell her so. We talk about everything and nothing. We talk about the terrible movie we watched last weekend, the amazing book I just finished, her latest disaster in her pottery class. The bowl now looks more like a lumpy plate, she says, and our dream of taking a trip to Greece together one day. A good friend is like a mirror, reflecting the best version of yourself back at you. With Chloe, I can be completely, unfilteredly myself. We can be profoundly serious one moment and ridiculously silly the next. True friendship is one of life's most precious and essential gifts. The hour we spend together flies by in a blur of conversation and laughter. "Same time, same place next week?" she asks as we get up to leave. "You wouldn't be able to get rid of me even if you tried," I reply. We hug goodbye, and I walk home feeling lighter, happier, and deeply grateful. The feeling of closing my apartment door behind me at the end of a long day is one of pure contentment. The first thing I always do is change out of my outside clothes and into my at-home clothes. Tonight, it's a pair of faded, incredibly soft gray sweatpants and an old university t-shirt. Ultimate comfort. I put away my dress and boots and let my shoulders, which I hadn't realized were tense, finally relax. I'm not terribly hungry after that big sandwich and the lemon cake, so I decide on a simple dinner. I'll make a big, fresh salad with the lettuce, tomatoes, and avocado I just bought. I chop everything up and toss it with a simple vinaigrette of olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Simple food, made with fresh ingredients, can often be the most satisfying. I eat my salad while sitting at my kitchen table, not watching TV or looking at my phone, but just looking out the window as the city transitions from the golden hour of sunset to the deep blue of twilight. The streetlights flicker on one by one, and the windows of the apartments across the street begin to glow. After I've washed my single plate and fork, it's time for my favorite part of the evening. It's time to connect with my other community, my wonderful online community, through my YouTube channel, English in Advance. I head over to the small desk in the corner of my living room, my little command center. I turn on my laptop and my ring light and open up my channel's dashboard. My heart always beats a little faster when I see the new comments and messages. I start to read. One is from a young woman in Vietnam. She writes, "Dear Jennifer, I watched your video on job interview phrases 3 times. Yesterday I had an interview for my dream job, and I used your tips. Today they called and offered me the position. I cannot thank you enough." I have to stop and take a breath. My eyes well up with tears. To know that my work had a small part in that moment for her. It's a feeling I can't even describe. I read another comment from Omar in Egypt, who says he listens every day on his commute and his colleagues have noticed his new confidence. I see a message from a student in Brazil who used a phrase from my travel video to ask for directions and successfully navigated a new city. These messages are my fuel. They are the entire reason I started this channel. I spend the next hour responding personally to as many comments as I can. I don't use generic replies. I try to answer their questions, acknowledge their stories, and cheer them on. That is absolutely incredible news. Congratulations on the new job. You earned it. I type back to the young woman in Vietnam. Through these conversations, I get an incredible insight into what my students truly need. I see that many are struggling with the difference between for and since. I see that others are confused about how to use articles like a, an, and the correctly. This feedback is gold. It inspires my next video idea. I open my content planning notebook and write at the top of a fresh page. The top 5 most confusing grammar points and how to finally understand them. I'll tackle articles, prepositions of time, phrasal verbs, the present perfect tense, and maybe countable versus uncountable nouns. I start to outline the video, thinking about clear examples, simple explanations, and maybe even some funny visuals I can create to help them remember. I set up my professional microphone, adjust my camera, and do a quick sound check. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English in Advance. I begin, a warm smile on my face. Today, we're going to tackle some of the most frustrating grammar points in English, and I promise by the end of this video, you'll feel so much more confident. The process of creating something that I know will help people, that will empower them, and make their lives a little bit easier, fills me with an unparalleled sense of purpose and joy. Just as I'm wrapping up the recording, my phone buzzes with an incoming call. The screen lights up with a picture of my mom. I answer instantly, a smile spreading across my face. "Hi, Mom," I say. "Hello, my darling. I was just thinking about you. How was your day?" Her voice is the auditory equivalent of a warm, comforting hug. I tell her all about it. My fun class, my delicious sandwich, my wonderful chat with Chloe. "And how are you and Dad?" I ask. "Oh, we're doing just fine, dear. Your father is in the garage tinkering with that old lawnmower again. He insists he can fix it, but we'll see," she says with an affectionate laugh. and I spent the afternoon baking your favorite oatmeal raisin cookies. She always knows how to make me feel loved. We chat for another 20 minutes about all the small family news. My aunt and uncle finally booked their trip to the coast. My little cousin won his soccer championship game, scoring the winning goal. My sister Amelia is thinking of adopting a cat. These little updates are the threads that keep our family fabric woven tightly together, even though we live in different cities. Before we hang up, she asks the question she always asks. Are you eating well, dear? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you wearing a warm coat? Yes, Mom, I promise I'm taking very good care of myself, I say, laughing. That's good. You know your mother worries. I know she does. And even though I'm a grown, independent woman, a part of me is deeply comforted by that worry. It's a tangible sign of her endless love. We say our goodbyes with promises to talk again on the weekend. That call is the perfect, peaceful end to my social day. Before I truly wind down, I have one last task. I open my daily planner to a fresh page for tomorrow. I find that taking just 5 minutes to plan the next day drastically reduces any potential stress and helps me to feel prepared and in control. I write down my main appointments. 10 a.m., a dentist appointment for a routine cleaning. 1 p.m., lunch with my older sister Amelia at that new Thai restaurant. 4 p.m., a reminder to go to the post office to mail a birthday gift to my cousin. In the evening, I have my weekly yoga class. Seeing my day laid out like this helps me to mentally prepare. I also set 3 small, achievable goals for myself. 1, drink 8 full glasses of water. 2, finish reading the book on my nightstand. And 3, make sure to call my grandmother. These small goals provide a sense of accomplishment. Finally, the day is done. It's time to prepare for sleep, the body and mind's essential period of rest and recovery. My bedtime routine is a quiet, calming ritual. I brush my teeth, floss, and wash my face with a gentle lavender-scented cleanser. I change into my favorite pajamas, a soft, worn cotton set that feels like a second skin. I make sure my alarm is set for the morning, and then I put my phone on its charger on the far side of the room, out of arm's reach. I dim the lights until my bedroom is bathed in a soft, warm glow. I get into bed, and instead of reading tonight, I just lie there, my head resting on the cool pillow. I do a mental scan of the day, not with judgment, but with gentle gratitude. I'm grateful for the breakthrough Lena had in class. I'm grateful for the taste of that perfect sandwich. I'm grateful for the deep belly laugh Chloe gave me. I'm grateful for the sound of my mother's voice. Focusing on these small, positive moments helps to fill my heart with a sense of peace and contentment. I pull the soft, heavy duvet up to my chin. I take a long, slow, deep breath in through my nose, hold it for a moment, and then let it out with a quiet sigh through my mouth. I do this 3 times. With each exhale, I feel my body getting heavier, more relaxed, sinking into the mattress. My mind begins to quiet down. Tomorrow is a new day, with new adventures and new conversations waiting for me. And as I close my eyes, I drift away into the boundless world of dreams. And so our perfect, detailed English day comes to its conclusion. From the first ray of morning light to the final sleepy breath of the night, we have lived a complete day together, immersed in the English language. Let's just pause here for a moment. Take a deep breath with me. You have experienced so many authentic, useful, and real-life situations today. The quiet solitude of a morning routine, the dynamic interactions of a workplace, the simple transactions of shopping, the joyful connection of friendship and family, the peaceful process of relaxation and planning. These are not just stories. These are the real, solid, foundational building blocks of English fluency. I want you to truly understand that English is not just a collection of grammar rules and vocabulary lists in a dusty textbook. English is a living, breathing, vibrant tool. It's a tool that allows you to connect with people from different cultures, to express your unique thoughts and feelings, and to see and experience the world in a completely new way. You do not need to be perfect. What matters is connection. What matters is communication. And every single time you practice, every time you speak, you are getting stronger, more confident, and more natural. Now, we have arrived at the most critical part of our entire session. For the next 10 minutes, we are going to practice together. And I want to tell you a secret about what we are about to do. These simple sentences we are going to practice. They may seem basic, but they are pure magic for your spoken English. Most learners think fluency is about memorizing thousands of words. But the real secret is about training your muscles. It's about building muscle memory in your mouth, your tongue, and your jaw so that the words can flow out of you without thought, without effort. 10 minutes. That is all I ask. It sounds too short to possibly make a difference, doesn't it? But I promise you, in these 10 minutes, your mouth will begin to transform. Your tongue will learn where to go. Your lips will form the shapes more precisely. Your entire way of speaking will feel looser, more natural. This isn't just practice, this is physical training for fluency. Are you ready to feel the magic? Let's begin your transformation. Repeat after me. Don't think, just speak. Feel the rhythm. Ready? Our first pattern is the foundation. I plus action plus object. Listen. I eat breakfast. Your turn. I eat breakfast. Let's practice more. Eating actions. I eat lunch. I eat dinner. I eat oatmeal. I eat a sandwich. I eat a salad. I eat soup. I eat fruit. I eat vegetables. I eat chicken. I eat rice. I eat cookies. I eat cake. Drinking actions. I drink coffee. I drink water. I drink tea. I drink juice. I drink milk. I drink lemonade. I drink a latte. Making actions. I make coffee. I make breakfast. I make lunch. I make dinner. I make tea. I make a salad. I make a sandwich. I make a plan. Reading and writing actions. I read a book. I read the news. I read an email. I read a message. I write an email. I write a list. I write in my journal. Buying actions. I buy groceries. I buy food. I buy coffee. I buy clothes. I buy books. I buy fruit. I buy milk. I buy bread. I buy vegetables. I buy a ticket. Fantastic. Keep that rhythm. Now for pattern 2. I plus action plus time slash place. We're adding the where and when. Listen, I go to work. Your turn. I go to work. Going to places. I go to work. I go to school. I go to the park. I go to the store. I go to the cafe. I go to the library. I go to the restaurant. I go to the market. I go to the gym. I go to the post office. I go to the bank. I go home. I go to bed. Coming from places. I come from work. I come from school. I come from the store. I come from home. I come from the park. I come from the library. Time actions. I wake up early. I wake up late. I wake up at 6. I get up early. I get up late. I get up at 7. I go to bed early. I go to bed late. I go to bed at 10. Work schedule. I work in the morning, I work in the afternoon, I work in the evening, I work at night, I work from home, I work in an office, I work at a school, I work on Monday, I work on Friday, I work on the weekend. Excellent. You're sounding so natural. Now for pattern 3, for feelings and needs. I plus like, need, Want, have, plus object. This is how you express yourself. Listen, I like coffee. Your turn. I like coffee. Things I like. I like coffee. I like tea. I like my job. I like my friends. I like my family. I like books. I like movies. I like music. I like to walk. I like to read. I like to learn. I like green. Things I need. I need coffee. I need water. I need food. I need sleep. I need help. I need money. I need more time. I need a pen. I need a ticket. I need my phone. I need my keys. I need a break. Things I want. I want coffee. I want some water. I want a new book. I want a good job. I want to travel. I want to learn. I want to sleep. I want a vacation. I want to see my friends. I want to call my mom. I want some cake. I want a new coat. Things I have. I have a question. I have an idea. I have a sister. I have a good job. I have a nice apartment. I have good friends. I have a plan. I have time. I have money. I have a car. I have a meeting. I have a headache. You are doing wonderfully. Now for the final, most powerful step. We mix them all together. This is where fluency is born. We'll go a little faster. Don't think. Just speak. Let's go. Simple combinations. I eat breakfast. I drink coffee. I go to work. I read my email. I eat lunch. I drink water. I go to the store. I buy food. I go home. I make dinner. I eat dinner. I read a book. I go to bed. Complex combinations. I like to drink coffee in the morning. I need to buy groceries after work. I want to see my friend at the cafe. I have a meeting at my school. I like to walk in the park on the weekend. I need to call my mom in the evening. I want to read my book before I go to sleep. I have a dentist appointment on Tuesday. I like to eat oatmeal for my breakfast. I need to write an email to my colleague. I want to have pizza for dinner tonight. I have a lot of work to do today. Perfect. You did it. You spoke English continuously, using complex patterns without stopping. How does your mouth feel? How does your mind feel? You should feel incredibly proud. You have just taken a massive step forward in your English journey. These patterns are the keys to the kingdom of fluency. Practice them, play with them, make them your own. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this hour with me, for trusting me, and for dedicating this time to yourself. Your commitment is inspiring. This is Jennifer from English in Advance, wishing you a night of restful sleep and a day tomorrow filled with confident new conversations. Keep practicing, keep believing, and never forget how far you have already come. Good night, my wonderful English learning friends. Until we meet again, keep speaking, keep dreaming, and keep growing. Sleep well.